Hey YouTube, it's Cherise here. I just got out of the shower. I just finished putting my hair in like my signature puff. I feel like this is how I wear my hair the most, is in a high puff, just because it's so easy. It's fun. I feel like it's a fun hairstyle, but it's also professional, you know? Just, I don't know. It's easy, it's fast, it's quick. Wash and go puff is like my go-to hairstyle. I haven't worn one in a while. I've been kind of doing other things, wearing projector styles, twisting it and whatnot. But this is going to be a get ready with me. I'm trying to make videos for you guys. This is going to be the first of like my fall looks. I think we're going to do a fall look. I have some new products I'm going to be trying out and testing out. But first I need to finish up my skincare. I've already cleansed my face. And it is... what day is it? The 4th? It is English. Breathe. Think. Now my computer is freezing. It's Saturday, November 4th. So I'm trying out some new skincare from Murad. I already did step 1. I'm going to do step 2 and step 3 on camera for you guys. So step 2 is their acne clearing solution. It has 0.5% salicylic acid. So I'm going to go ahead and apply this. Just going to put 3 dots on my face. You don't need a lot. I'm getting ready to run some errands super duper quickly, and then I have to go to work. Hopefully I have time to run my errands. I picked up some extra hours. I was originally going into work at 4 p.m., but he had some extra hours to give away, my store manager. And so now I'm going in at 1:30. And I'm going to work a full shift from 1:30 to close, which is about 9:30 p.m. Should be fun. All right, we've got that on there. And then I'm going to go in with their number 3, which is their Hydrate and Protect. This is their Oil Control Mattifying Primer with SPF 15. I really, really like this. It almost acts like a primer. So we're just going to put 3 dots again. Yeah, I'm trying out the Murad products because there's one person I used to work with at Sephora, my friend Anthony. He would swear by Murad, and that's what he used. He loved their cleanser for when he said he was like having breakouts and things like that, or just having issues with his skin. And then one of my old neighbors I used to live with, she used to live across the street from me in Kansas. We follow each other on Snapchat, and she saw that I was like trying to not have to wear foundation by next summer. Like how I really want to like kind of get rid of these dark spots and things, but I've gotten a lot more because I've been more stressed now that I have a full-time job teaching 900 children. So I might have to bump that back a year to 2019. But my acne is pretty much under control, but I'm really just trying to target the dark spots and fade those because I feel like actually my skin is I feel like it's healthy. It's doing pretty well. But yeah, this is their Oil Control Mattifier. I really like this. It feels so good on the skin. And I love that it's a moisturizer that is like matte. It just feels so good. It doesn't make your skin look like dead or dry. I don't know. I've really been liking these Murad products. I've only been using them since November 1st. I decided, let me start on November 1st. And I got this 60-day like trial package thing, like one of their holiday sets. So I could try it out and see how I like these products. And if I want to continue with the skincare line or go back to some of the other things that I've loved and that I know work for me, but I just wanted to try something else. All right, so skincare is done. Time to go in with some new products. We're going to use a new lip color, I think. Yeah, we'll use a new lip color and a new foundation, which I'm excited about, super excited about. I'm just trying to decide how do I want to put the foundation on. I'm going to use a beauty blender, I think, to blend it out. I'm going to use my L'Oreal sponge. I really like the L'Oreal sponge. All right, do I want to wear a primer over top of this. I feel like I don't really need to, but we're gonna do a little bit of a primer. I'm gonna go in with the Neutrogena Shine Control Primer with rice protein. I've recently been reusing this after not wearing it for a while, and I really, really like it. I forgot how much I really like this product. I'm literally just gonna focus it on the nose and like the sides of my nose right here. That's where I get oily. It does leave a little bit of a white cast, but that's okay. And right here on my forehead, like the very center of my forehead, and into the brows as well. It's gonna add extra oil control and mattification. And we're gonna put just the tiniest amount on the lids, just to make sure that my lids don't get a little oily, and this kind of acts as like eyeshadow primer in my opinion. Putting my face primer on my eyes, to me, is like eyeshadow primer. Oh, I get oily on my chin too. Just a little bit down there. All right, so we are primed. Time to go in with foundation. We're going to go in with the new Huda Beauty Faux Filter Foundation. Of course, I had to try this. You guys know how much I love foundations. I love full coverage foundations. And I've watched so many reviews on this, and I ordered my shade based off watching reviews and looking at the pictures online and reading the descriptions, and I decided to go with the shade Nutmeg. Hopefully y'all can see that. Nutmeg 520G. I thought this would be best. I swatched it on my hand. It looked okay on my hand. Yeah, we'll see. I washed it off in the shower, of course, but we'll see how it goes with my neck and my chest. You can see that my chest is very yellow, golden undertone compared to like my arms are more brown, like a true neutral brown. And based on what I wear, I kind of like want to match my chest more or match my neck. My neck is a lot darker than my chest, so you know, I got a lot of shades going on. So we'll just see how this goes. I need to dampen this, so I'm going to dampen that in my bathtub real quick. I'm blotting out the excess water on a towel. It does have a little bit of like leftover foundation on it, but I don't really think that's going to affect what I'm doing too much because it's not really coming off of it. I probably should wash it, but I don't feel like it. Don't judge me, okay? Usually I wash my sponges each time I use them, like right before I use them. I'm drinking some Arnold Palmer. This is the zero kind though, and it does not taste as good as the original, but I bought it. I'm not going to waste it, so I'm going to drink this. And Arnold Palmer is half iced tea, half lemonade. It's really good. All right, so let's go in with the foundation. Huda Beauty Faux Filter. Let me see if there's any of the claims on the box. It says high coverage cream foundation, effortless application, camouflages imperfections and pigmentation, soft focus filter finish. Directions: using a pump or less. Apply foundation evenly all over face with a dense brush or beauty sponge. For best application, pair with a Huda Beauty Complexion Perfection pre-makeup base. And this foundation actually comes with a sample of that, but I'm not going to use that today just because I'm going to work and I want to just make sure that this stays on and lasts until I get off work. Yeah, packaging is really nice. Feels good. It's like a velvety, soft kind of cardboard. It's really smooth. I don't know how to describe it. It's nice. Feels good. I like the packaging. It's pretty. Y'all have seen reviews on this. Again, my shade is 520 Nutmeg. 520G Nutmeg. This has 35 milliliters, 1.18 fluid ounces. So this is actually, I think, one of the most plentiful foundations I have, like the most product in a bottle. It is plastic, but she said she did that so it has less chance of breaking, which I personally like. If we look at it next to my chest, that looks like it's my skin exactly. So we're gonna see how this goes. Yeah, this is a first impression. I'm gonna start with one pump on this half of my face. Oh, the pump is pretty big. I like that. Grab my mirror. I've never used this on my face before. Okay. I can tell you right now, it feels super lightweight on the skin. Wow, that really did blend out easy. With this one pump, I'm looking at the coverage. I have almost complete total full coverage, but you can still see some of my imperfections peeking through a little bit. But yeah, I really do like the shade. The color is good for me. I did not swatch this in store. I ordered online. Wow, yeah, that color is good for me. And it's definitely matte. We're gonna layer this up because I want full flawless coverage today. All right, so that's what one pump looks like on this half of my face. So far, I'm really liking it. It does have a scent. It does smell like, it legit smells like a perfume, but I can't really smell things that well, so it probably would smell more intense to someone else. Like, I really have to take a whiff to smell it. But yeah, I like this foundation so far. We'll see how it wears. It's 11:28, so we're gonna say I put it on at 11:30 a.m. Doing one pump on this side. I'm like kind of distributing it as I apply it. I should probably take my nose ring out when I apply foundation. It'll be fine. Yeah, this is really pretty on the skin. You see how this side is a little bit darker than this side after it kind of sets to your skin? Yeah, I don't think one pump would cover my whole face at all. I'm about to put another pump on each side. Yeah, I'm being extra. I'm doing the most, but I want super full coverage. Like, you can still see my imperfections peeking through. And your girl has a lot of dark marks from acne scarring, as y'all saw, because I started this video with no makeup on. Oh yeah, like I can really see it, the imperfections peeking through on this side. All right, so let's go in with another pump on this side. And I'm really kind of focusing on the perimeter of my face, because that's where most of the scars are. So we're gonna see how this layers up. Can it build? Oh yeah, Wow, this looks so pretty on the skin. I really like the way this looks. It's kind of reminded me of the Becca Ultimate Coverage Complexion Cream. Like, just the feel of it. It's thicker than the Becca, but it looks good. Like, that's what this foundation reminds me of. And as you can see, I like kind of pat over my edges a little bit just to make sure it blends into my hairline. Okay, so now I think we have achieved, oh, that's hair on my face. I was like, what are these little black lines? Hair on my face. Now I think we have achieved full coverage on this side with 2 layers. So let's go in with one more additional pump on this side. So I used a total of 4 pumps. I think that's good enough. 4 pumps is not bad. I usually use between 2, depending on the foundation, 2 to like 8 pumps of foundation, depending on what it is. I know 8 is like a lot. You're probably like, oh my gosh, but I'm very generous with my foundations. As CK Beauty would say, she's very generous with foundation. Even though she doesn't really need all that, because she has beautiful, flawless, clear skin. She doesn't have all the acne scarring and stuff that I have. Okay, so I'm in love with the shade. In person, it's like literally so nice in person. So good. I love when I can find a good color match, and especially since I did this online, I didn't even swatch it in store. I'm feeling like, yes, girl. And I think there's 3 or 4 shades deeper than the one that I am wearing, which is good. She has 30 shades in her collection, which is decent. You know, I feel like most higher end companies have 30 shades. I know Estee Lauder, I think they have 30 or 40. Lancome, I think they have at least 30, you know, so she's up there with them. And this costs $40, and I think that's a fair price for the amount of product that you get and the quality from what I'm seeing so far, as this is a first impression. Okay, Huda, yeah. 4 pumps gave me like the coverage I really want, which is you can't see no imperfections. It feels really lightweight on the skin. I can't stress that enough because this is a full coverage foundation. It is quite thick. You can still see a little bit of discoloration right here. I have a dark mark, but we're gonna let it go. Let that go. Oh, I really like the shade. Okay, foundation is on. Looks really good. Does have a smell to it, like I said. That doesn't really bother me because I can't really smell stuff. Don't ask me why. It's just how I'm made. I feel like I've been blending forever. My arm hurts a little bit. Kind of hot. I feel like I should put on something less hot than my bathrobe. Let me drink more of this beverage. Okay. Yeah, I feel like it really is a good color match for me. I was afraid it was going to be too golden, but no, it actually looks really, really, really good in person. Ooh. It sets down kind of like the Fenty foundation sets down. Like you don't have to powder this, I don't think, if you don't want to. But I have oily skin, so we're gonna set this with translucent powder. I'm gonna be using the Coty Airspun. That's been my go-to. It's been my favorite thing to set my foundations with as of late. I'm just gonna put some in the cap. A little bit of this goes a long way. I've been loving this powder. Like, it's so long wearing on me. I love it, love it, love it, love it. I think I have like transitioned into loving loose powder, especially since it's not as hot. I think I'll probably go back to doing loose and pressed when it's summer, but for now, I think I'm good. I like to take this e.l.f. complexion brush. It's nice and fluffy. I'm trying to show y'all what I do. This new technique I've been doing for a while now. I tap in one side and then I tap off the excess. And I go in and I just kind of press it and swipe it where I want to set. I start usually with the eyes, the eye area. Ooh, I already have creasing on my eyelids. I already have creasing under my eyes. I always keep the sponge nearby. I like to like press over after I've powdered with whatever's left over on the beauty blender because it's damp. And so I feel like it helps to prevent like a powdery look to the skin. You'll see that I really kind of focus under the eye first, and then I go down to the sides of my nose. Then I usually start on the forehead. Start basically where I get oily and where I don't want creasing first. And then we'll venture out to the outer portions of my face where I think I'm going to say I have more, I'm starting to get more normal skin actually than truly oily. I'm really only experiencing oil right on the edges of my nose, on the chin, and a little bit on my forehead. So I think me being like consistent with skincare and making sure that I moisturize my skin and like following a regimen is really helping my skin to become more normal. And I think the weather change too probably helps. So I kind of press on and then like sweep and swipe. Like I said, this foundation feels like you don't even need to set it, because when I was touching my face, when I was describing that I think you don't need to set it, it was not transferring onto my fingers. And it felt dry to the touch. Not like dry, like bad dry, but dry like it's not going to come off or wipe off or be wet, tacky, or anything like that. And this is a first impression, so we'll see how this wears. I'm probably going to wear it again tomorrow if it lasts, because I need this to last basically 12 hours. So I might go out after work. Just depends on kind of a date, just to get, I think, one drink right down the street from my house and then come home, because this week coming up is a busy week because Veterans Day is on next Saturday, and we have to prepare for that at school since I'm a music teacher. All right, and then with whatever's left over, I kind of go in and tap in other places that I feel like might need a little bit more coverage or could use a little bit more setting. I normally will kind of like cut the cheekbones a little bit, like so. Do the same thing on the other side. A lot of times I don't get it perfectly symmetrical. You know, that's okay. I don't really let it sit on there. Kind of just put it on and wipe it away. So far, I'm really liking the way that this looks, how it feels on the skin. The coverage, it does feel like I have nothing on my face, which I appreciate. Now I'm looking really ghostly on camera, but in person, it looks beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And it's totally set now. And I still have plenty of powder left over in the container. I wish y'all could see how much is left in here. So I really like this new method I'm using to set my foundation, because I feel like I'm saving product. I'm not putting as much stuff on my face. Like, it's more lightweight, like less cakey, just less. And then I go over it with the Beauty Blender, or this makeup sponge. This is the L'Oreal sponge, which I really like. It's softer than a Beauty Blender, actually. Just to like press everything in, get rid of any powdery finish, which using it, the powder so lightly like I did doesn't really leave a powdery finish, but I just like to do this because I'm a little extra and I really care about complexion. Those are my favorite makeup products, are foundations. I know it looks ashy on camera, but I promise you in person it doesn't. I think it's anytime I wear like a foundation that claims to have a golden undertone, it looks ashy on camera and looks beautiful in person. And it doesn't even look ashy like on my iPhone camera. Usually it's just when I'm recording videos. Okay. Loving it, loving it, loving it, loving it. Feels real good. All right. Let's go on to highlighting. I'm going to be using the Carli Bybel palette in collaboration with BH Cosmetics. This is the original, not the deluxe. And we're going to use the third shade, the more golden shade. I feel like the bronze one is more intense than the gold, and I don't want it to be super intense. I really do like this palette. I love the highlighters in here. The eyeshadows are, they're okay, but I really love the highlighters. And I'm using my Sigma F35 tapered highlighter. To apply this to the cheekbone area quite generously. We will do a strong highlight today. Why not? But this one isn't as bright as the bronze on my skin. The gold. Also highlighting the brow bone with this highlighter as well. Yeah, I really like this foundation. I'm liking it. This is really pretty. And also, you don't have to bring your foundation, your highlighter as low as I do. Like, technically, you're not supposed to bring it down here, like on the apple of the cheek a little bit. I just like to do that because I like my highlighter to be seen from the front as well as the side. I know it's extra. It's really doing the most. Technically, you're not supposed to do that, but you know, technically makeup has no rules and it's all personal preference. So you apply your stuff how you like to apply it. Like I use 4 pumps of foundation that claims that you only need 1. Do what you like. Do what makes you feel good. There's no rules. I'm just showing you my techniques, how I like to do things. You know, some people don't want to wear this much. They don't want to look like this. And that's cool. Do you, girl? Do you? Also doing the Cupid's bow with the same brush. And the bridge of the nose, which is my favorite place. I just feel like with this brush, it's not as like concentrated as I would like it to be. But that's okay. I make it work. Okay, and as you can see, I'm like kind of rounding it out right here, connecting the brow bone to the cheekbone, around the eye in that area. All right, we have on plenty of highlighter, and then I like to go in with the sponge. Any leftover foundation, I go like right next to my nose since I do take it down kind of low. And then I go up the sides of my nose since this wasn't as concentrated of a brush. Sometimes I use a different brush for my nose, sometimes I don't. Today I didn't. And this just helps to like really push it to the center. Blend out the edges. All right, so we are highlighted. Looks really pretty. Sometimes I do blush. I really don't contour, y'all know that. I'm trying to decide if I want to add blush. Let's do everything else and then decide about blush. Love this, love the highlighters in her palettes. All right, time to do the brows. I like to use my Wet n Wild retractable eyeliner pencil. I just prefer a pencil, honestly, in general. It could be a retractable one, it could be a regular pencil. I just prefer a pencil for my brows because I feel like it's the fastest and the easiest for me. This one is in Blackest Black, which I don't prefer this shade. I prefer regular black or black brown, but this is all they had when I went and I just bought it up because I honestly don't mind a super dark brow. I'm trying to rush because I really need to run these errands before I go to work, but the way my time is set up right now. I'm just using this brush that we use to apply the loose powder to brush my eyebrow hairs all in the same direction before I start to fill them in. As you can see, my brows are very thin. Where they at? So we're just gonna make them come through. I like the shape of my brows though, so you'll see I'll follow the natural shape. And I'm using a super light hand because this is really black. All my baby girls asleep. Nola is like knocked out asleep and she roofed up her stuffed animal, so there's like all this cotton around her. She looks so cute. I know I'm concentrating, it's quiet. I started HelloFresh. It's like a meal subscription box where they send you all the ingredients, pre-packaged, pre-everything. All you have to do is cook it. So good. I'm loving it so far. I made some peppercorn steak and creamed kale last night with potato wedges, and it was so good. So good. I didn't quite follow directions, but the creamed kale came out so good. Like, I will make that again. And I know, I never thought I'd be saying, I like creamed kale. That sounds not good. But the way I did it, I didn't follow directions, but what I did, it was so good. I will, like, make that for a potluck or something. Like, it came out so good. And I feel like that's going to be really, like, helpful with my lifestyle and, like, with my eating habits so that I don't have to eat out as much. And I don't have to, like, stress about grocery shopping because it's all in the box. All right, we're getting close to being done with the brows. I'm being like extra careful and taking more time because I am working at Ulta Beauty. So I want to make sure that my brows look as good as possible, which is why I'm like taking longer than I normally do. All right, now I'm going to use the little spongy thing on the other side of this pencil. I like to use this to blend and really work the product in and to like smudge out the front portion of my brows that I kind of didn't fill in all the way. And it has a tip, so you can actually kind of make hairs with the tip of it. Or like clean up the edges of the pencil and smooth it out. It works really good, actually. I really, really like this pencil, and this little sponge works great. So good. You see that? So the brows are almost done. Now I'm just going to go in with the sponge that I used to apply my foundation, and I'm just going to go over the fronts, the beginning portion of the brow, just so it has that more faded gradient look, as you can see. You don't want it to be too harsh, like completely stark dark. I mean, my brows are dark, but I don't mind. I like dark brows. And then I just kind of go over the skin once again. So those are the brows. I like them. I feel like this one's a little bit bigger. It looks a little bit better than this one, but that's okay. Of course, I'm like trying to make them totally perfect. That's good enough. Okay, I'm done. Really like the way the brows came out. Okay. Let's move on to the fun part, eyeshadow. I think I'm probably going to start cutting my base out of my videos just because y'all have seen me do my base so many times. And my brows, like nothing has really changed except the foundation I might use. And I really just wanted to show you guys this foundation since it is new. But I think after today, since I've been using the same technique, same powder, just different foundations, I'm going to cut the base out and the brows out. Let me know how you guys feel about it down below. If you want me to always put the foundation or just go straight to eyeshadow. So the palette we're going to be using, one of them definitely is going to be the Jaclyn Hill palette. It might just be only this palette. I'm trying to decide. I think we're going to do like a brown, gold, turquoisey teal eye. So I think I'm also going to incorporate the Subculture palette a little bit for some of this. Both of these you can find at Ulta Beauty. You can find this in store at Ulta Beauty. You can find this in store at some Ulta Beauties, not the one where I live, but we do sell it online. We have Morphe online now. We got Morphe, Sephora got ColourPop, so I feel like that's good for both companies, you know? La 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 la. Da, 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 da. We're going to start in the Jaclyn Hill palette. And I'm going to take the shade, what a shade is. Buns, this light brown right here, matte brown. I'm going to put that in the crease. This palette doesn't have a mirror though. And I'm using my Morphe Diffuse Crease Brush E38. This is going to be our first transition shade. Just a nice, warm brown. Why does it look like it's coming off some other sort of color? What is on this brush? Something's on here, but that's okay. Warm brown. She has a lot of browns in her palette, Jaclyn Hill does, and I really like that because I'm a huge fan of brown eyeshadows. Like, I really do love a good brown eyeshadow. Okay, this is coming off a little bit reddish. That's okay because I think I know what shadow was on it. It's okay. You just want to blend that all over your crease. I'm also kind of bringing it a little bit lower into the crease just so that everything blends together and blends seamlessly. All right. Now we're going to go into the Subculture palette. We're going to take one of my favorite shades in there. It's absolutely gorgeous. I told you Beverly Hills Subculture palette. I love this. I like this one more than I like the Prism palette, honestly. Just gonna say that. We're gonna take one of my favorite shades in here. It's called Axis. It is this beautiful, deep matte teal. I love it so much. It is so pretty. It is so freaking pretty. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I feel like it's a beautiful color for fall. I'm taking the same brush, not even gonna wipe it off. We're gonna take this lower into the crease and really focus it on the outer V area. So you can see, you can barely see it when my eyes are open. So putting that right in the socket of my eye. All the way from inner to outer corner is where I want the shade. All in that crease. So when my eye is open, you can barely see it. Then I'm slowly going to start to blend out the edges using the same brush, just less product because we focused most of it right into the crease. And now I'm just blending out the edges. Yeah, I really do like this palette. It's so pigmented. They're softly pressed pigments. I think that's how they describe them. This palette is great. I don't know what everybody was talking about. I think it's just because they didn't know how to use it. Use a super light hand. You don't need to like go in with the Subculture. I love it. I really do. I think this shade works so good, like for a different kind of like crease color transition shade. Ugh, it's so pretty. I'm just looking at my eyes and I'm like, I love this look already. Whatever's left over on the brush, I feel like I have enough on this side. I'm just gonna kind of tap it off so that I can go in and do some blending on this eye. All right. So that's going to be our crease color. So now we're going to go in with the lid shade, which is going to be from the Jaclyn Hill palette. And it's my favorite. I think this is my favorite shade in this palette. It's called 24/7. It's the only like pressed glitter or whatever in here. So I like to use my finger to apply. You can see it's been well used and loved. And again, it's called 24/7. I love this color. I love a shimmery brown. So I'm going to use my finger and apply that to the lid. Oh. And this brown has like a silver glitter in it. And it's like brown like my skin. That's why I like it so much. Because it looks like my skin and then you see that glitter and it's just stunning on the eye. And it blends out so nice with your finger. Y'all see that? It's so effing pretty. Ah, I'm loving this look. So the only product I've used that you cannot get at Ulta is the foundation. I think we have Coty Airspun at Ulta. I haven't looked because I've literally had the same container of Coty Airspun, I think, since 2015. That's how little product you use and how long it lasts. And if you wanted this look to be more neutral, instead of doing a teal in your crease, you could do a warm brown or a reddish brown or even a plum, and that'll make it more neutral. But I just think the pop of teal in the crease is so pretty for fall. I think it really complements my skin tone, darker skin. It's just look at this eye look. We're not even done yet, and it's just so pretty, so pretty. And we're putting that all over the lid. It's almost kind of like a halo eye, but not really. And just blending with my finger. All right. So you can see that pigmentation. Love that shade. So much. I need to wipe my finger off and get a square of tissue. Or toilet paper. Well, I ripped it. That's good enough. All right, wipe that off my finger. Still a little bit on there, but that's good enough. I'm going to take the brush we use in the crease. I'm not adding any additional product. The one that has the color called, what is it called? Axis from the Subculture. I'm just going to go in and blend around the lid color a little bit without adding any additional product. Look how pretty that is. Oh, I love it. And we are done with the upper lid. Now we just need to work on the lower lash line and the inner corner. So let me get the two brushes I love most for those areas. I didn't plan this look, so I'm not sure exactly what I want to put on the lower lash line. If I just want to keep this super simple, I think that's what I'm going to do. Let's keep it simple. So for the lower lash line, we're going to use the matte teal color Axis from the Anastasia Beverly Hills Subculture palette, the same shade that's in my crease. I'm going to use the Sigma short shader brush because you can really pack on color. Excuse me. I'm kind of pressing this onto the lower lash line. And like doing short smudging motions. But more so packing it on. With the same brush, now I'm smoking it out, blending it out a little bit. Wow. That pigmentation though. Using the same brush, I'm going to apply a little bit more in the outer V area. And around the edges of the lid color, just on the outer like half of the eye look. Y'all can see where I'm placing that. Especially like right here. You see how I just intensified it a little bit more? Love. Other eye. Ah, so pretty. I hope the lipstick I want to wear goes with this look. Actually, we might not do a new lipstick. We might do a brown lipstick. And using the same brush, I'm doing the same thing where I'm adding more intensity to the outer V and crease, just on the outer half of the upper lid. Using this brush, it's really good. I love this brush so much. And now I'm going to go back and smudge out the lower lash line a little bit more. And I'm making sure that it connects right here on the outer portion of my eye. Like so. This side got a little bit of glitter on the lower lash line from the lid shade. 24/7 from the Jaclyn Hill palette, so that's okay. I don't mind. So that's what the eyes are looking like so far. Lastly, we need to highlight the inner corners, and I'm going to use the shade. I'm trying to decide if I want to use Meeks or Queen. I'm going to use the shade Queen from the Jaclyn Hill palette. It is a beautiful gold. It is very, very bright on my skin tone. Oh, did y'all see it? It's right here. Queen. And I'm going to use this little Coastal Scents brush I like to use for my inner corners. You can see I'm blending it onto the lid just a little bit, right in that inner corner area, like right here. Not too high up on the lid, but like just right there. It's really gonna make your eyes pop. I'm also putting a little bit on the lower lash line right in that tear duct area and blending it into access. I'm loving the way this looks coming out. So pretty. All right, so we're done with eyeshadows. We only used 4 different colors. We started off with the matte brown as our first transition color, then went in with the matte dark teal for the crease and outer V, then the shimmery brown for the lid, and a gold for the inner corner. And I love the way this came out. So now it's time for some liner. I'm going to go in with the NYX Matte Liquid Liner. I'm going to do a super, super thin line. Oh, I think this is like almost done. It's almost out. Yeah. So I'm going to just use this on both eyes. And then I'm going to throw this away, I think. Because it's like kind of dry, it's like skipping. It's not as easy to use. So this is kaput, but it is a very good liner. Kaput. So I have another liner. We're gonna use Wet n Wild. Where is it though? Where is it? Oh gosh, I have to pee. Where is it? I know I have it. Oh, there it is. It's hiding. It's shorter than everything else. All right, so this is the Wet n Wild Mega Liner in black. And we're gonna go back to lining the eyes. This is a felt tip. Super pigmented. We're not taking it all the way in. We're staying really close to the lash line. I'm doing the smallest, tiniest little wing. You see that? The tiniest little wing, just to help elongate my eyes even further. And you see how that just helps to define the eye? Sometimes the smallest details can really make a difference in your makeup look. Oops. Okay, there we go, I fixed it. And I'm kind of going under my lashes a little bit with this. It's super wet and liquidy since it's almost brand new, so it's really easy to really press it in and really darken up the lash line. There we go, liner is done. Lastly, we need mascara. I'm gonna go in with the L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black Mascara. I'm sweating, it's hot in here. I'm trying to decide what lip color will go with this look. I'm undecided right now. Ooh, girl, I got some snot coming out my nose. Ooh. We need to take care of that. All right, here. Okay. Yo, I'm like legit sweating now. I can feel it wanting to come out. of my face, the sweat. Alright, so we're going to go in with several coats of this mascara, being very careful not to get it onto the lid. We don't want to cover up any of the eyeshadow. Again, this is the L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black mascara. And because of the way my nose is shaped, sometimes foundation will build up in the corners of my nose, like here. So I'm just going to take this brush that has nothing on it and just really blend right there around the nostrils. Just to make sure that there's no cakiness and that it's smooth. I've recently noticed that I've been getting like buildup in that area just because it's not well blended with a beauty blender or with a makeup sponge. It doesn't blend well right there. So I hear Nola drinking water. I don't know if y'all can hear it. It's quite loud, even though she's all the way in the kitchen. I actually have a metallic teal lipstick I could wear with this, but I don't want to. I don't want to do crazy lips. I'm thinking more of a nude lip with this. Going in with the second coat. She's on the bed now. Nola is. Oh my goodness, it's 12:15. I wanted to leave by 12:30, but if I leave at 12:45, I'll still be good. I have a list. I literally need to get like 5 things. I need to pick up like 5 things. But I could get them all at one place, or I could go to 2 different places and get one of the items for much cheaper. So that's what I would like to do, but may not have time. I really have to pee. Oh my gosh. Let me finish up this look. I'm not going to do any blush just because I love the intensity of the eyes and I love just having the gold highlighter on my cheeks because it really just goes with the eye look so well, especially since I put Queen in the inner corners. I'm glad I did that. I'm working on the lower lashes right now, being very careful not to get any on that beautiful matte teal eyeshadow. That's my favorite shade in that palette. Like, I've been using it almost every day in my crease, and I really love it. All right, mascara. I'm probably going with 1 additional coat just to really make my lashes boom. But let's do a lip color. I'm thinking... I didn't get this green dotted though. I didn't get this green dotted either. Dang. I'm trying to find something that I can take to work just in case it comes off. And since I have to take a lunch. We're done with eyeshadows. Let me think. I have so many different colors I can use. So I know I have something. Oh, why does this not want to go back? Of course, you can try and be difficult. Okay, that'll work for now. I really don't want to dump out my basket either. Let's do Beauty Mark from NYX. It's one of their lip lingeries. I think this will be pretty with it. Because it's almost like my skin tone. Yes. I love the lip lingeries. It's like a really good nude for my skin tone. Excuse my phone. Yes, this color is perfect for the look. It's more cool tone, which is what I wanted. I didn't want anything too warm. And it's very neutral on my skin. I need it to dry though. So this is the look. Let me know what you guys think down below. I love the way this came out. I'm really loving the way the foundation looks, and I'm very pleased with how this turned out. This is the first of like my fall makeup looks. I know that this color, like teals, are, I feel like that's one of the trendy colors right now for fall. And so I really like how I incorporated that color into this look. Like I said, if you want to be more neutral, you don't have to use teal in the crease. You could always use a darker brown. Or if you wanted a pop-up color, you could just put teal on the lower lash line. But I just used it in the crease and on the lower lash line. I really love how this look turned out. Let me know what you think about the foundation. I'm loving the way it looks so far. I really love the shade of it. It's such a really good color match. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, what's on my lips is the NYX Lip Lingerie in Beauty Mark. This is like a beauty community dark skin favorite. I've seen so many girls on YouTube that love this color. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your support. I need to get dressed and go. I love you guys, and I'm looking forward to making more videos for you. And I am going to put on another coat of mascara because I'm extra. Bye, YouTube.